glad you could join us. Welcome to News Track on Channels Television. I'm Charles Aruka.
And I am Adeshawa Josh. These are the stories and reports we're tracking at this hour. Well, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Aminu Tambuwa, says the National Assembly will work to improve funding for the eradication of polio in the 2014 Appropriation Act. He said this when the leadership of the House of Representatives met with a delegation led by foremost philanthropist Bill Gates and Nigerian industrialist Aliko Dangote, who were at the National Assembly on a courtesy visit.
Bill Gates, one of the trustees of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, said he is pleased with the foundation's partnership with Nigeria and hopes this visit will strengthen the partnership and do more in the provision of quality health for Nigerian women and children.
We're pleased to see the increased resources being assigned to the health area and the increased effort to make sure that the quality of delivery in that area is improved substantially. The goal of saving 1 million lives, we think, is a very realistic goal. It's quite amazing that that can be done, but through these efforts, I do think that's exactly what you'll get. So not only will more children survive, but the ones who do survive will be far healthier and able to take advantage of their education and contribute to the success of Nigeria.
Both of you and yourself and Aliko Dangote have proven that business and compassion are not mutually exclusive. They can be combined for the good of humanity. And I assure you that the House of Representatives and the National Assembly will do all that is required of us to ensure that when that proposal is forwarded to the National Assembly, we pass it so that Nigeria can access the loan that will now support the funding gap that we're having currently in the polio eradication drive.
Well, from the lawmakers to the law courts now, a federal high court sitting in Kaduna has slated January the 20th, 2014 for hearing on a petition brought before it by two members of the People's Democratic Party who are seeking an order of the court to restrain President Goodluck Jonathan from contesting the 2015 presidential election. The plaintiffs, Richard Teso and Shaibu Lilly, had filed a suit at the Federal High Court, Kaduna, asking it to disqualify Dr. Jonathan from presenting himself as the presidential candidate of the PDP in the 2015 election. They also want the court to order the Independent National Electoral Commission to restrain the PDP from accepting any nomination of President Jonathan as a presidential candidate in the 2015 election. In a suit filed on October the 7th, the PDP chieftains insisted that President Jonathan had completed his first tenure of office as President of Nigeria, which had expired at the end of the 4-year tenure calculated from May the 29th, 2007. At the first sitting where the case was mentioned today, the presiding judge, Justice Evelyn Anyadike, after hearing the submissions made by counsel to the plaintiffs and INEC, Tony Agaga and Hawa Shabib, respectively, adjourned the case to January the 20th, 2014 for hearing, owing to the absence of the counsel to the president and the PDP in court.
And away from the court, some members of the G7 aggrieved governors within the fold of the People's Democratic Party have held a meeting at the Kano Governor's Lodge in Asokoro District, Abuja. Those in attendance at the meeting last night were Governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso, Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi, the Sokoto's Governor, Ali Wamako, Dr. Muazu Ali of Niger State, and Abdul Fattah Ahmed, the Kwara State Governor. Others are the Deputy Governor of Jigawa State, ex-governors Adamu Elero, Abdullahi Adamu, Bukola Saraki, Shagun Oni, Kawu Baraje, and Olagusoye Oyinlola. A briefing journalist after the meeting, leader of the G7 governors, Muazu Aliyu, said the group is grateful to God for being vindicated through the court by restating the position of the National Secretary of the PDP.
We're very happy with what has happened. and the Secretary General will resume his office appropriately after all due process have been covered. And we think it's a vindication of what has been transpiring, because all along the issues were issues of due process, issues of reform, and we are happy that the court has done this for us. So we look forward to resolutions and future resolutions of matters.
Political mentorship, or godfatherism as it's commonly known, is an issue which has placed a big burden on politicians who have risen to power on the crest of their sponsors. Some beneficiaries of the system have had to dance to the tune of their sponsors, finding it difficult to assert themselves in the cause of governance. Now, as the Anambra governorship elections draw closer, the candidates of the Labour Party and the All Progressives Congress are assuring voters that they are independent-minded people. At the channel's television-sponsored Anambra Town Hall Conversations, Mr. Ifanyuba, the Labour Party candidate, tells the audience that his antecedents clearly define a man who has always been self-reliant, while Dr. Chris Ngige, the APC candidate, says no godfather will determine what he does if voted into power.
By the grace of God, I make money. I have a Midas touch on how to make money for myself. In my age, at 21 in Anambra today, I built my own house at the age of 21 in my community. I married at the age of 21. I didn't have opportunity to play around. I've always been a consistent person in all I'm doing. I created something no one created in Nigeria. In my 5 years of coming into the downstream sector of Nigerian economy, I built something nobody can even beat me in the next 10 years.
So the question of godfatherism should not arise with me. They can't touch me with a long pole. So, my campaign fund comes from my little earnings, what I have in life. I have one or two little properties. I have campaign donation from friends. I have campaign donation from foes, political foes, who are in PDP, who are in Labour, who are in ABGA. They give me money because they want good government for Anambra State.
Harnessing the Defense Attaché Management System is one of the ways to resolve security problems in Nigeria. This is according to the Supervising Minister of Defense, Mr. Labaran Maku, who noted that the international dimensions of the insurgency has necessitated cross-fertilization of knowledge and intelligence from different parts of the world. He was speaking at the National Defense Attaché and Advisors Conference in Abuja, where he urged security agencies to be on top of their game in tackling the security crisis in the nation.
When News Track returns, we'll be taking a look at the high cost of accommodation in Ondo State, southwest Nigeria.
Absolutely. Please join us again.
One city, 18 million people and counting. Over 18 million dreams of a better life, and a team tasked to bring those dreams to reality. What is their game plan? What goals have been achieved? Who are the players? Find answers on Deadline Makers every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. only on Channels Television.
Thank you for staying with us. For more on our top stories and other programs, you can find